being deeply in love with yourself and not giving an F. Yeah, I love myself. I love myself enough not to get bent over by you. I love myself enough to not eat from you. I love myself enough to walk away over and over and over again because I what? I do not answer to you. Riddle me. You guys fill in the blank. When you stood up to them, they never forgot it. And now they want to be your best friend because they know that you have this royal roar within. They're like, oh my gosh, the whole time I was poking the bear, and I thought nothing was going to happen. And then you went, rah. And they were like, oh, I can't believe. What? Yeah. Your energy is very hard to match right now. You showed people, turn it around. You must not be talking to me. You showed people, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with my money. Don't play with my relationship. Don't play with my children. Don't play with none of it. Whatever you guys went through this year, you have evolved, blossomed, matured. You've gone through a whole rebirth and you have risen as a very charming villain. You have risen as the spiritual gladiator. You have risen as an icon. You don't deal with bullies. You don't deal with the effery. And you have showed people, I am rising. You do not want none with me. Whatever you guys went through this year, it sucked. Okay, let's be so for real. Whatever you guys went through this year, I know you guys did it and tried. You tried to get through these lessons and overcome fear with positivity. And still, you were getting played with, scammed, and conned, and worked, and let down, and disappointed by all types of people. And that is why you've gone through this rebirth, and you will never be the same. You will never be the same. How people deal with you, you are changing people's minds about you. You are showing people they have to earn time with you. You are no longer going into a debate or any type of drama. People want you to bring the drama so they can properly defend themselves. So they can say, oh, that's not what I said, or that's not what I did, or that's not what I meant. And you will not even give them the platform, the olive branch, or the playing field. If this was your sandbox over here, you're like, you better get up out of my sandbox. You better get up out of my lane. You are making people earn it because of what you have endured this year. And you are going out this year with a bang, knowing your flaws, knowing your shadow aspects, knowing where you went wrong. You guys are very humble in that way. This is a very specific message as well. So if it's not your message, don't try to jam it up and make it fit. There's a lot of other messages. I am speaking to those that specifically know that they will make people crawl, earn, pray, ask, beg to be in their presence, because you're not just going to let people just do whatever the heck. You are entering your villain era, your spiritual gladiator, iconic in every sense of the word. You are a big deal, and you are entering your black cat era. I don't know if I said that already, but it's been a long day. Okay. You guys are turning all this BS into creativity, and you are seeing how you are coming out on the better side. Day by day, bit by bit, I know it's been grinding your gears, getting under your skin, all of the stress that you guys have been under. And you are just seeing like, okay, I need to get better at self-expression and I need to restore faith in my abilities. And I see that's one of the biggest things is really listening, really tuning in, really looking and observing what it is that you want or you're looking for. And people are really enjoying this new wave of you. And you could be thinking that that is absolutely crazy because you might not even be enjoying this new wave. You might be feeling overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, there's so much that I'm trying to fix. There's so much that I'm trying to repair. There's so much that I'm trying to mend. And so a lot of you guys are pausing and saying, okay, I need to restore faith in my abilities. I know it's going to work out. And now God is showing you, hey, everything is working out divinely in your favor. All of the risk that you took this year, it taught you something. It taught you how to experience new things. It taught you how to conquer your fears. It taught you how to accept gifts, how to accept help. But at the same time, there are still some things that you guys are working through. You feel like it's too good to be true that you are out of the thick of it. Whatever you've been, I feel like you guys have been on damage control. Whether it's trauma, PTSD, being triggered from the people that really did you dirty this year, I feel like you guys are coming out as the star. The star is very strong for your message. So if that is something that you normally see in a message like this, then this is definitely for you. I got the star twice for you. You are learning how to walk away. You are learning how to say no. You are learning how to fulfill your dreams, and you're paying attention where maybe normally you wouldn't look. Maybe certain things, let's say the analytics of your life. Let's say the analytics of your life has been negative for a quarter or two. And so you stop looking at the analytics because you're like, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know what it says. I don't want to know what's going on because it's been bad. And I'm just going to keep going and doing and pray for the best. Do you know what I mean? And now you're starting to realize, no, I need to look at that. I need to know how I'm doing. And now you're starting to see, oh, this is where I went wrong. This is what I need to be focused on. And maybe you went gung-ho on certain things that you thought you were really ready for. And then you started to see that your relationship wasn't ready for it. Your schedule wasn't ready for it. Your body wasn't ready for it. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. But I know for whoever needs this message, it's making sense to you. You were prioritizing different things gung-ho because of what you had just endured. And then you started getting overwhelmed because it's like having an allergic reaction. It's too much all at once. It's just been draining you or siphoning your energy in some way. So now you're starting to revert back to ways of doing things that did work for you. And a lot of that is putting people in their place, telling them where they go, and not feeling like this whipped dog where, oh no, I shouldn't say anything because of this. No, whoever I'm speaking to, you are making these people earn you. You are changing a lot of people's minds about you. There were people that used to get off on bullying you and treating you a certain way or scheming or conning. Like I told you guys in another message, you turn people into con artists because they want to represent themselves in a certain way around you. I really want you guys to think about that. I touched on it lightly in the last message, but I didn't really go into it in depth. There are people that they see what you're doing out here. And they don't know the ins and outs and the flaws and all of the things that you're really going through and struggling through and suffering through. But they see this star, this bright star where your dreams are fulfilled. You've got hope, healing, all types of renewal. Your life looks like a movie to them. a movie about the underdog, about being triumphant. They see you as a hero. Many of these people see you as a star. They see you as a hero. They see you as galactic. They see you as this walking love spell. They see you as very charming and very magnetic. Your energy is very hard to match. It turns people into con artists if they're competitive with you. They're like, I gotta be like that. So I need to try to match their energy or present to them a version of myself I am not really. Does that make sense? Like, they know they're not this person. And then others who thought they were doing a certain thing or presenting themselves a certain way feel like, oh, I'm the shade lamp. They're the sun. Your level of authenticity is very endearing. Your level of vulnerability is endearing. Your authenticity, how humble and unique you are. The culture of your life is changing. And you are putting your foot down. Instead of putting your foot on the pedal, you are putting your foot down. Like, hey, this is not what's going to happen. And there's a transit occurring, if you're watching this video to date, that you're going to be very mindful of where energy goes. So it's been really good for you, despite the anger, the anguish, the things that you were going through this year that were terrible. It was important for you guys to see those things and to get rid of certain people, because in this next transit, you will be very mindful of where your energy is going. And a lot of people are going to be grumpy and this, that, and the third, because the people are becoming aware. They're waking up to the fact that, oh, I don't like this job, or I don't like this relationship, or I'm angry, or I'm resentful. And you're going to know just where to put them. People that want to act like that, you're going to repel them. You're putting them on the pain o' mind. You are raising the bar. You are unmatchable. You show people never settle. There's so many times that you could give up, and you're seeing like, no. Every time I feel like giving up, I need to restore faith in my abilities and be done doubting myself. I feel like you guys have been going through an emotional roller coaster with friendships, with work, and your health. Your voice is changing. Your self-expression is changing. Whoa. We have false person. That fell on the ground. What else fell on the ground? Let me pick these up.
2,000 years later.
False person and poverty. And then I have community in reverse. There were people that wanted to act like your family. They wanted to act like your friend. They wanted to act like they were in good with you. And you guys could have already gotten rid of some of these people. You were starting to see that they were not who they said they were. They were very materialistic, or they cared about certain things that didn't really matter to you. And you could have ignored those signs. You could have ignored those red flags, but you are paying attention now. You are paying attention now. The false person that you've been dealing with is really in a state of poverty. They are really a con artist. They had a plan to steal something from you. This has been the theme of your year. Dealing with false people and them coming from a place of scarcity, a place of poverty, them acting too familiar with you, acting too confident and comfortable, just getting too comfortable and too cozy, getting complacent and thinking that they could run amok. And you guys showed people this year, you cannot run buckshot over here. You cannot run buckshot over here. So you could be really tired from dealing with this type of narrative. People that act like, oh, we have so much in common, but they have put on this fake persona, and now you are seeing through people and seeing who they really are, and you're putting yourself first. Right now, you are moving through a stage, this new voyage, where you are going to be deeply in love with yourself. And you are going through a lot of self-preservation. You're like, I gotta preserve me. Because you are seeing when you didn't listen where it went left. When you didn't listen to your intuition. When you went gung-ho and you should have waited. When you thought you knew the answers and you maybe didn't. Maybe you misheard or misstepped. You guys are starting to realize that I'm not going to settle. I'm going to preserve my energy. You're blossoming into a star that doesn't take any crap off of anybody. Because you are numero uno. You are realizing that you are a big deal. I always tell you guys, I'm kind of a big deal, duh. I tell you guys to say that. I'm kind of a big deal, duh. Like, don't you know? So affirm it below. I am a big deal. Riddle me what? I am a big deal. Always going to be. And you are seeing that you are gifted. And it's good for you to tune out. I don't know. Some of you guys could influence or are a star messenger. You don't need to listen to a whole bunch of people. You're just going to be listening to yourself. Okay, you're getting very particular on who you listen to because you're paying attention. Something that you've been waiting for is coming in. Some type of clarification. You guys have been waiting for answers on something or clarification on how to maneuver. Like, should I do this? Should I wait? And maybe you feel like you've been playing tag with your intuition. You're like, I don't know what the frick is going on. But I just wish I really could just move forward and not be so worried. You are prioritizing eating healthy, cultivating self-discipline, but learning how to be satisfied and to not overdo it. There are a lot of fears and self-limiting beliefs that you guys are overcoming. I know it can feel overwhelming. And you are discovering right now your hidden strengths, your hidden talents, and you are turning a lot of this into expansion. While you're doing all of this, you are in your magic era. You are tuning into your spirituality, into the power of your prayer, the power of how you vocalize things and you say what you want when you're affirming and you are praying and when you're talking to people. People are seeing a lot of you walking away from them and shining. There are a lot of people that enjoyed toying with you. I call it the karmic chew toy. There are a lot of people that thought they could make you this karmic chew toy. And they were sorely mistaken. A lot of people are seeing you walk away. They're like, oh my gosh, they're walking away. What? Oh my gosh, they're walking away. You guys have matured and you didn't realize how many people F with you. There is a whole community. There's a whole group of people that maybe didn't like you at first. I literally had somebody in the last message say, when I first came across your content, it was hard to watch the light that you shine or emanate or something like that. She said it was hard for me to watch your content at first because of the light that you emanate. But now as I've been going through life, your messages really help me. And I just want to say thank you. I was like, that's somebody vocalizing and saying, I wasn't ready before, but I am ready now. We are not always ready to resonate with certain people. We shouldn't force it either. And that's why I've been getting so much about you guys de-influencing from people, because it makes you feel like you're in this prison. If you know that you are in a competitive arena, maybe you want to tune out some of the people that are in competition with you. Because maybe it gets old. Maybe it gets tiresome. Always feeling like you're racing against a clock or you're not doing enough. You guys have matured in that aspect. And in your occupation, in your work arena, yes, you're raising the bar. But a lot of the time when you raise the bar, devil energy will come and show you people that are trying to match your energy or people that are surpassing you in some way. And so what you guys are doing is you are working on your subconscious, reprogramming that, really working on affirmations. I'm seeing you guys get back into subliminals, affirmations, 432 hertz, things that help your frequency. And I'm really seeing you guys tune out anything that is not of high honor, anything that is not really on your wavelength, not competing with you, but on your own wavelength or where you're trying to go. That is the only thing you're going to be tuning into. You are really trying to make sure that you have a deep love for yourself. You're not doubting your abilities. You're not doubting your gifts. You're not doubting your self-worth. Because I've been getting a lot about you guys suffering silently and you're over it. You're changing the culture. You are in a prep period of changing the culture of your life. You're going to be using a lot of the things from the past that have worked for you. Things that have worked for you in the past year or 5. Things that have helped you evolve thus far. And then you're also going to be incorporating new things, moving towards a new way of being and being more disciplined with your self-expression, saying what you mean, saying what you need to say. And you are going to be making some new friends. But you guys are in a prep period of changing the culture of what you want your life to be. Reshifting your priorities or shifting your priorities. Prioritizing yourself, your loved ones, what's important to you. Again, we are moving into a transit that makes it very apparent if we are spending time in the wrong places. There's nothing more valuable than our time. There's nothing more valuable than our energy. And you are very aware. I'm hearing motorcycles. I'm hearing street bikes. You guys are very aware of where this goes. And so maybe you're trying to make others aware. Like your time, there's nothing more. Maybe you're teaching people there's nothing more important than your time and your energy. Where is it being siphoned? Where are you being breadcrumbed? Where are they dangling a carrot? Because you know that's leading people to poverty. And you guys are really moving past that in your life. So you're trying to help other people that you care about. And you're also seeing that people, multiple street bikes. You guys are also seeing that people look up to you. There are a lot of people that look up to you. Some of them are people that used to bully you. Okay, some of them are people that used to try to pick on you. And then you stood up to them. You told them, I don't answer to you. I don't know who you think you're talking to. I don't know who you think you're talking to. These people are still shook. They wanted to believe that you were this false person, this persona. And they see now that you are the star, you are the black cat, you are the spiritual gangster. They see now that you are not fake, phony, fraudulent, corrupt, none of it. They really wanted to push that storyline. It's not working. And they see that it will not work with people around them. There are more supporters than you realize. And that's what's been coming out with everything that you've been going through. God has been gathering supporters, like-minded people as you've been working through this fog, as you've been working through this pain. God has been gathering allies. Affirm it below. God is always gathering allies. For me, I always attract people that make me a priority. you guys show people spiritual privilege. And you are starting to see that you have this, that you have insight, that you are of high honor, that you are expanding. You guys are starting to see that you are coming out of this despair. You guys are praying more for clarity and for help, and it's imperative. Because when we are in despair, there's nothing worse than being hopeless. There's nothing worse. I mean, nothing. And you guys could have really been going through it with how you were treating yourself. Like, oh, I told myself I wasn't going to drink. I told myself I wasn't going to eat sugar. I told myself I was going to go to the gym. I wasn't going to talk to Bobby anymore. I said I was going to not work at it. Like, it's been a pile on. You guys have been piling it on in your subconscious, and you're literally having to break it down. Like, no, I am the generational curse breaker. I am the breaker of chains. I am the mother of dragons. I will go carry on anybody I see fit. I am in my black cat era. I am the whole villain too. You are gaining valuable experience and insight, because you are teaching people and helping them out of their toil and their labor. And the people that were near you that wanted to fake the funk, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. You guys, somebody's been trying to disguise themselves around you, or you guys have been seeing through people's disguises. This is another reason why you're going to be pulling back your energy. You're going to make people earn it. Like, I see through you. I don't know what you're trying to pull over here, but that's not going to work with me. People that really try hard to manipulate or not show who they are, you light that up by being vocal, by being you. People are like, wait, what? Like, you see through people. You know when they're back with their ex. You know when they're thinking about their ex. You know when they're trying to manipulate you. You know when they're trying... You know. You guys know. You guys are the real talk that people don't know how to handle. You are the real deal. They're like, oh my gosh, did they just say all of that? Let me give you guys an example. You guys could have had somebody that really liked pushing you around. And when you stood up to them, they never forgot it. And now they want to be your best friend. Because they know that you have this royal roar within. They're like, oh my gosh, the whole time I was poking the bear, and I thought nothing was going to happen. And then you went, rah. And they were like, oh, I can't believe. What? Yeah. You're very private right now about your life as well, which is good. Keep it that way, because a lot of these people around you are not around you for the right reasons, even if you changed their mind. People like being around you because you're just not really into them right now. You got so much going on. You are on so much damage control. You're like, I'm just not really into you. I don't know why you're chasing me. So you guys are busting people left and right, and you're just saying it like how it is. You see through the weather disaster. You see the weather disaster that they're trying to bring to your doorstep. And you're like, I got enough to worry about. You guys are done worrying about certain things. You're like, okay, I'm just going to pray for what I need. I'm going to ask for what I need. And because you guys are working on these things behind the scenes, people are like, oh my gosh, they're so mysterious. You're like thinking to yourself, if they knew what the frick I was going through. Like, you don't share that because these people would love to hear it. They would love to hear how you got effed over this year. You are not telling them. They would love to hear how things didn't work out for you, how you and your person are fighting. They would love to hear the toil and labor and despair and what preoccupies your mind at night. They would love to hear how you suffer silently and what type of imprisonment or what type of prison you put yourself in when you're not around. They would love to hear these issues that are going on in your life, and you will never give them the satisfaction. So a lot of these people that think that they can match your energy, have been exposed. They've been exposed for trying to micromanage every little thing that you do because they do not know or understand their own title, their own culture, their own job code. Okay? You guys had some people around you this last year that they tried to make it seem like, oh, I know everything. And that's why I have all of these cool things over here because I know stuff. And so maybe you bought into that because you give people the benefit of the doubt. You don't just like outright start calling people liars. And you went through a new level of devils. You went through a new level of corruption, of liars. And with that, you realize there was a pattern. And the pattern was, I'm holier than thou. I'm a sprinkle on a little self-righteous. I know everything. Let me show you how to be doing things. And in fact, they know nothing. And they were delegating things to you and poking and prying into what you've got going on because they didn't know what they had going on. They didn't know how to do their job properly in any sense of the word. Okay, just projection and insecurity. I've had people do this to me a lot. Oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. Why? Because you drive a nice car, you know more, but you don't. And a lot of these people failed me. So they all wanted to micromanage me and make me feel bad about certain things because they were allegedly the expert. But the expert fucked up over and over again. So the proof is in the pudding, and there's greatness in your DNA. Do not waste your time on their confusion, on their love bombing. Stay in your black cat energy, being mysterious, never settling, self-preservation, being deeply in love with yourself and not giving an F. Yeah, I love myself. I love myself enough not to get bent over by you. I love myself enough to not eat shit from you. I love myself enough to walk away over and over and over again because I do not answer to you. Riddle me. You guys fill in the blank. This is why your energy is unmatchable. This is why they're creeping and spying. Oh my gosh, I was over here and I just noticed that you didn't do that right. I just noticed that. That's funny because I know you don't know how to do your job. So why don't you go fly a kite off a cliff? You guys know what I be saying. You guys know if you've been here, and you know. They need to get a hobby. Or they need to figure out their actual job code. They need to go to grandmother's bingo, join a sewing circle. There's all types of extracurricular activities you could do besides trying to tell me what's what. People don't know how to mind the business that pays them because, again, these people see your energy as unmatchable. So they're always trying to knock you down a peg or 5. And you aren't taking anything off of anybody. You don't care how they vilify you. You're always going to be the bad guy in their eyes. So that's why you are super private and you are becoming better at self-expression because of if they knew the pain and the damage control that you were undergoing, oh my gosh, they'd have a freaking celebration. You guys already know. They would have a celebration. If they knew what you guys were going through in your day-to-day, if they knew all of the things that you were working on, and they want you to be worried. This is why they spy on you. They want you to be worried like, oh, you can't do that without me. You can't do that without my counsel or my insight or me overseeing. Says who? Says who? You guys make people feel incompetent. You guys make people feel incompetent. In every sense of the word. That's the bottom line. And so you got to stay in your black cat energy because we got the star twice. You are blossoming into more than the triple threat. You are the spiritual gladiator. You are the whole stinking enchilada. And people's jaws hit the floor when you walk through the room, even on your worst day. You guys know what I be saying. It doesn't matter if you got spaghetti on your shirt and your hair is cocked to the side. People are enamored. They're like, oh my gosh, riddle me what? Who is that? Never seen nobody like that. That gives no F's. None. You guys got a lot of people falling in love because they're glamored. You guys be glamoring people out here. This is the second time that I got privileged. People feel like you're privileged. Spiritually privileged, financially privileged, and then they see the work that you put in. So they're like, oh, let me look like I'm doing stuff. You're like, it's okay. Like, you're still keeping it humble and cute, but people just sense this air of accomplishment. They sense this air of, you're doing just fine. It says so much about who you are. You are going to make these people earn it. You're no longer laying down and being the doormat. Because they will what? They will always complain that you are not flat enough. We cannot. We don't have time. It is your power that they want. Believe it or not, a lot of people are trying to act important. This bravado. I hope I'm using the word right because I like saying it. The bravado. Okay? They want your power. They're like, oh my gosh, how do they be doing all of that? I just don't understand. They think that you're privileged. They think that, I don't know. People are trying to match that. They are trying to match that. I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, as they're watching you, as people are watching you, they are enjoying this new wave. Even though you'd be terrifying them, they are enjoying the way that you are moving. But at the same time, those that really need a deep cleaning, those that really want to project, those that just cannot let the bone, they just can't drop the bone. They want to be the bone carrier so bad, but they can't let that, they just can't put it down. You got 2 ooh letters for them. One of them's F and the other one's U. That's what you guys be telling people with your energy. Okay? These people had you all the way effed up. All the way. You guys have been putting in work in this prep period. And right now you're learning to not have to overdo it. You're just going to have to take one day, one step at a time. And understand how many people look up to you. These people are like, oh my gosh, I wish I looked like that. And you guys be thinking like, oh no, I look terrible. Oh, this happened to me and I'm trying to fix it all. And don't look at me. These copycats are breaking the bank to be you. They don't got it. They're acting like they do. They wouldn't want to share with you what they had to do to get money to do certain things. You don't do that. You feel me? They're like, I had to get a sugar daddy. I had to ask my parents. I had to move back home. I had to do some things I didn't want to do just to try to copy, just try to emulate what you're doing. These people got a lot of resentment, okay? They want to emulate what you're doing. They want to take the shortcuts. There is no shortcut to what you're doing. There is no shortcut. That's what they will never understand. And that is why the karma has been relentless. The justice has been relentless on them because they just don't get it. You guys are being vindicated in this new season and you have so much love coming in. This is something you were not expecting. You were trying everything in your power not to admit to yourself, I'm not down in the dumps. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be okay. And while you have been working through, like dusting yourself off, you have all this love coming in. And this is because you are truly standing in your power and you're saying F it. You're like F the perfection. It just being so right. It's just going to be what it is. It's the best I can do. While still preserving yourself and what's going on in your life. Okay, let's see if we get anything else for you guys. Good fellas. You guys are very intimidating right now. And I know some of you guys don't like what's going on with you physically right now. I know you guys are going through a metamorphosis. What is it called? You guys are going through a transformation, a physical transformation right now. Your aesthetic is changing. And while your aesthetic is changing, you might not like it. You're like, oh, why'd I pick that color? Why'd I do that like that? Oh my gosh. And so as you're going through this metamorphosis, I think I'm saying it right, you are shifting. And there's something about the way that you guys are not getting too negative with it. Like you're really keeping your head on. And you could be crying at night. Like, oh, I just want this to be over. This is like dyeing your hair the wrong color, damaging something you love. Like your aesthetic is changing. And what you're not realizing is you're going through this metamorphosis, you're holding your head up high, and people are very drawn to it. And God is literally rewarding you right now for holding your head up high and pushing through this pain. This could have been pain with physical appearance that somebody else caused you at the expense of somebody else. Or, again, I just keep getting this sense of damage control. And God is trying to show you, even on your worst day, you're unmatchable. Because most people that went through what you went through this year would be on the ground. That is why your energy is intimidating. And so when you feel like, no, I dyed my hair the wrong color. No, that haircut is so bad. No, I shouldn't have chopped all of this hair off. Or whatever you guys think that you did wrong that you've been trying to fix. Because nothing can really mess with us worse when we do something to our physical appearance that we don't like. So I get that. And that has been just haunting somebody. But as you are coming up out of that, God is showing you, look how loved you are. You are perfect just the way you are. And you guys make people feel incompetent. You are a goddess. You are an empress. You are a good fella. You guys could like the movie Goodfellas. You guys could like Martin Scorsese films. You guys are getting ready to go beast mode, but in your own way. Beast mode doesn't have to mean going crazy. It's just, I'm going to do it my way. My way. All the time. I'm co-creating with the Most High, with God. And that's what I'm doing. And success is going to keep finding you because of that. You're admitting to God or the Most High, like, this toil and labor does not feel good. And I'm not telling nobody. They would love to hear it. They would love to hear that I'm going through this. And so you're only being vulnerable with those that care about you, that truly care about you. And you are so much stronger than you realize. This is what you're figuring out. Well, dang, I know I went through something similar before in the past, but it almost took me out. So think about it now. Think about how you're feeling about it now. You are so much stronger. It's time to recharge. It's time to throw, not caution to the wind, but it's time for you guys to preserve where you want your time and energy. You're going to continue to raise the bar. Okay, let's see if I get any advice for you guys. I also feel that you guys are being rewarded with justice, with favor. You guys are being rewarded with favor, justed, what? And you guys are being rewarded with being connected, feeling connected to God, feeling you're getting new allies. As I said before, you guys are getting new allies. Know that you are protected as you face challenges. Affirm it below. I know that I am protected as I face challenges. I love that. The Phoenix. Affirm it below. Hard times are over. Be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. Because there was like a little crisis over here, a little crisis over here, and you're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And this is just you trying not to have a meltdown. You guys are going through radical acceptance of self. Sometimes you guys know best. A lot of the time you guys know best. And so you're starting to see this about yourself, like, let me do this. Like, let me take the wheel. There could be some people that care about you, but maybe you just know best or better. And so you're going to be tapping into that. Like, hey, in the future, again, stepping into this black cat energy, this radical acceptance is if you do have people assisting you or helping you, you're going to be more vocal. So I really want you to remember what happened to you all throughout this year where it went wrong and it went left. And as you're remembering that, be vocal. Do not be scared to say, hey, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. This is how we're going to move forward. This is what I expect. Radical acceptance, because these people do love you and care about you, but you're needing to realize that you're getting better at self-expression for a reason. Use your voice and stand on business. Like, no, I don't like that. Nope, that's not how I do business. Whatever is going on. You guys are also being mindful of opening yourself up to enormous growth. To where you thought, oh my gosh, it's going to be another bad quarter, another bad winter, another bad this. Like, I just give up. I'm over it. You guys are the spiritual gladiator because you're going to fight hard through this transit where a lot of people are going to be salty, crazy, rude, resentful, mad, jealous. You are going to be holding it down because you were already going through it and nobody knew. Okay, you were already going through it and a lot of people didn't even know. So you were the eagle. You are ready to soar. You are clear for takeoff. And you are soaring towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. Just be patient with yourself. Okay, be patient with yourself. You guys got this. I love you guys so, so much. If you guys made it to the end of this video, I want you guys to drop an apple down below. Okay? If you guys made it to the end of this video, I want you guys to drop an apple down below because you are killing it. You are the apple of many people's eyes. They are stunned. I'm also getting that something you're incorporating into your life is going to be building more confidence. It's going to be making you feel great. Even though you might not be getting the results that you want overnight, you don't even care about that. You care about like how you're feeling and you care about your stamina. Though maybe you would like certain results. I'm seeing you really be patient with yourself because it's been a hard enough year. And it's time for you to see you are making people earn it. You are making people climb. The old you is gone. Okay, so again, if you guys made it all the way to the end, let me know in the comments. I love knowing that. I promise to try to acknowledge everybody that drops an apple. And that's like my main thing is I want to see who gets to the end of the video because it's such an important message. Especially today's message is such an important message. And I hope that it finds you guys well. Don't forget to smash the you know what. Hit the bell, affirm below what you want. What do you want? What are you asking the universe for as this black cat energy? Like, this is what I want. What I desire already desires me. And keep doing you. You're prioritizing you and your health and things that are important to you. So again, let me know what's going on in the comments. I love you guys so much. And if you guys are on Patreon, this month on Patreon, it's going to be Wifey's Choice all month long. Remember that there's no schedule, but you have plenty of content to watch in the meantime. And all of that is ad-free. Link is in the description box. If you guys are on members only, which is a YouTube subscription, Patreon's different, okay? If you are on YouTube, you guys get 2 early access videos ad-free every month, on top of top priority in the comments and live streams. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out of here. I love you guys. Toodles.